Hi, my name is Luke. I'm 21 years old, and I started protocol in January of 2020, and am now done with the 9-month protocol.
My name is Marty. I'm Luke's mom, and we've been in this together.
Okay, so it is possible that I've had Lyme for about 10 years. Growing up, I loved to play outside and had several tick bites, and wasn't raised to really pay much attention to any of them. And looking back, it's possible that symptoms started to slowly creep in throughout my teenage years, but the Lyme was really unleashed and started to really affect my life after sophomore year of high school, when I got very sick with flu A, flu B, and pneumonia, which compromised my immune system. And
we really started to see symptoms then.
Yes.
So his junior year, he just started having a really hard time getting out of bed. The fatigue was intense, and he was severely depressed and very anxious, and he was just a different child.
Yeah, I was huge into sports and had to quit them all, and was going to counseling several days a week after school.
Yeah, we were doing family counseling, one-on-one counseling. My husband and I were in bed in tears every night. We were searching, and we had no idea what was wrong.
Mm-hmm. So finally, I was diagnosed with Lyme, and I did one form of treatment, saw some improvement, but got a few tick bites after that, and had a severe relapse, and was left worse than I was before.
Yes. So at that point, it was Christmas.
Halfway through mine.
Yeah, he was in college, and he basically barely made it through exams. He came home and crashed. I mean, he was not functional, and we didn't know where to turn. I was searching everything I could find. We tried the other treatment. We tried antibiotics, and we didn't know where to turn. And at that point, I ran into a friend of mine at school, and she told me that Lyme Laser had just opened in Memphis. So I actually got on the website and watched 30 testimonials in a row.
Yes.
And I was just looking for anybody that had symptoms similar to Luke's.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
So my worst symptoms were mainly neuro symptoms from the head up. So I had severe depression, had very, very little desire to live. The only way that I could get through the first couple months and kind of stay in my body was just read to get out of my head. And I also had severe anxiety, especially social anxiety. Was very afraid of seeing other people, so I was pretty much cooped up in the house. Had a lot of fatigue as well, and I also had these really strange Lyme rage episodes where I was conscious, but I just was filled with this uncontrollable impulse to rage and throw a fit and scream and kick, and it was very, very scary.
Yeah. He also had a lot of trouble sleeping, some joint pain, but like you said, most everything was from here up.
Yeah, and the neuro stuff was by far the worst.
Yes, and he really just did not want to live. So even as we started protocol those first few months, it was just one day at a time trying to get through the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was about day 60.
Yes, so around day 60, I woke up, and the way that I remember it is I just felt my heart stir a bit, and I kind of had a window of hope, and had more of a desire to live. And from that point on, looking back, I think that's when I started to see improvement. So it was one good day a week, then slowly 2 good days a week, and then more and more over the next few months, until around the 6th month I started to have consistently better days.
Yes.
I was getting back to myself.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he was just all of a sudden better his 6th month. It was still really up and down, but definitely we could see a lot more progress by the 6th month. And I would just encourage you to follow protocol as strictly as possible to see change, especially with if you're having depression and anxiety and things like Luke. It's just really important to follow protocol closely with the diet and supplements.
Yes.
So I would say that protocol has been extremely effective. Luke went from not functioning, not being able to use a phone, not being able to leave the house, to going back to college. So last semester he was able to take classes, he cooked his own food, he did well in school, he drove back for treatment on his own every 2 weeks, and he's so much more back to himself. So yes, treatment has been extremely effective.
Yes, and at this point I feel like I've gained so much. I feel about 85% better and have more hope to keep getting better as I continue coming back for maintenance and continue living a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah. So I would say we both would encourage anybody, if any of this resonates with you, you're not crazy, because Luke really thought that he was. I probably had to tell him every day, like, Luke, this is not your fault.
Yes, I was in total denial. I totally thought it was all in my head. I thought, I was just pathetic and weaker than everyone, and that is just an absolute lie. Please, please, please come get help. Lyme is awful, and it will suck the life out of you. So please, please, it could be the greatest investment of your life. Come to Lyme Laser.